Okay, hello, good morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are on this amazing planet. My name is Tim Cooper, and today I want to talk to you about rebooking, retention, maybe reactivation, who knows how much time we've got, and probably debunk some myths. And my question to you, and especially if you're catching this live, please put in hashtag live. If you're watching this on the replay, put in hashtag replay. Any questions at all, whack them into the comments, you know the drill. But my question for you today is, when do you ask for the rebooking? At what point of the process, at what point of the client's journey do you actually ask them or tell them they need to rebook with you? Because if you sort of get this right, the rebooking format, like the rebooking and the retention, can happen almost automatically. And I'm going to let you in on a little tip, is that your rebooking starts before your client even books for the first time. Okay, so basically, whether a client is going to rebook with you or not really depends on whether they're a good match for you and your services and for the outcomes that you give. So there's your first step. Like, if you are attracting people who aren't a good fit to your services and to your treatments and to your outcomes, you're going to find it more difficult to get that rebooking, because it's just not a good fit. So the rebooking process starts even before the client books. So it's a matter of attracting the right client who's going to work with you, who's going to take responsibility for their problems. So they're not just going to dump their problems on you and say, fix me. It's all those things. So it all comes right back to that very start of that, the way that you position yourself, the way you set yourself up, and the way you promote yourself, the way you put your business out there, and the person that you attract. That's where your rebooking starts. I'm going to ask you again, at what point do you ask for the rebooking? Now, at this point in your in the way that you operate your practice, when do you ask the client to come back again? When do you tell them they need to come back again? Because here's the other thing, this is where things get really sort of all over the place, is that the client's expectation is very often different to yours. Okay, so the client's expectation is that this is a one and done. The client's expectation is that you're going to fix them in one treatment. They're going to walk in, they're going to pay you some money, they're going to get on the table, you're going to work your magic, they're going to get up, they're going to feel $1 million, and that's it, it's over. Right? That's usually their expectation, especially for those people who aren't aware of the way massage works. And so once again, if you're catching this live, please put in hashtag live. Catching the replay, please put in hashtag replay. Any questions at all, stick them into the comments. Okay, so basically you've got to get the expectation right. Okay, because people who have never, we make the assumption, okay, I know I'm jumping around a bit, I haven't even had my first coffee yet. We make the assumption that just because we know the process, that our clients or our potential clients know the process. And we don't really spell it out that well, okay? Because we assume that they already know. We don't take them back to the basics. We don't take them back to that very basic initial conversation and explain things to them. So first, you've got to attract the right people. You've got to attract the people who are going to benefit best from the way that you operate and the treatments that you provide. Second, you've got to establish the expectation and the outcomes from the outset. And so what you need to do is, on their very first visit, before they even take their shoes off, right, as part of that intake interview, the history interview, you're going to tell them that after you've spoken to them for 3 or 4 minutes and you've done some assessment and you've established what's going on and what they need, what's happening in their life, and this doesn't matter whether it's a spa-based, relaxation-based, or a more medical or clinical-based treatment, you've still got to establish what's going on. Even before they get onto the table, I said, when I was in private practice, even before they took their shoes off, I'd say, okay, now based on what you told me and what I've seen through the assessments and everything else, what I've found through my experience is that it usually takes X number of treatments, X duration. So I could say it usually takes at least 3 or 4 treatments every week just to get on top of this, and then we can start, and then we can start to put you out, to put the timing out even further. Hey Kirsty, thanks for joining. So I tell them before they even get on the table that they are going to need more treatments. And the other thing that I tell them is that, if you can't commit to more treatments, you may as well keep your money in your pocket, because you are not going to get the result you want from one treatment. So getting very, very clear in expectation, and don't worry about losing clients. I have never had a client go, oh, that's no good, and just get up and walk out. That has never happened. I think what happens is they're going to respect you more, and because now you are making it very clear, there's no nasty surprises. They know before the thing starts, that they know before the treatment starts that they're in for a treatment plan versus one treatment. So this all comes down to the whole process, right? So from your positioning to your message to getting them to come in even before you start to treat. Now they know that there are more treatments on the way. Then towards the end of the treatment, while they're still on the table, just as we're sort of finishing up, I will repeat and I'll say, okay, now once again, no, we have addressed this and this today, but we've still got some other things to do. I'd like to see you next week, same time next week, right? So when they get up and they go out to the receptionist, and the receptionist says, no, do you need to rebook? They say, yes, Tim needs to see me again next week. They know, right? They've been informed, educated, and they're good with it. They're not all annoyed. No, they're not upset because they thought it was only going to be a one treatment and they were done. It was all very clear, open, and transparent before we even started the treatment. This is why you're going to retain your clients as well, because you are going to train them. You're going to teach them. You're going to educate them that wellness is a process. It's a journey. It's also, they've got to take ownership of their wellness as well, and they've got to work with you. They've got to do their part of it. You help them with your part of it, and together you work towards that result. I think it's also very important, because some people say, I saw somebody for every week for 6 months and got nowhere, right? This is where I think a lot of therapists are a little bit concerned, and they hold back from asking for the rebooking because of that person's had a bad experience before. And it's very important to say that, let them know that you're going to be working with them. That initially, yes, I will have to see you every week, or whatever your protocol is. It might even be twice a week initially. It depends on the issue and what's going on. But explain the protocol and explain that this is not forever, that this is initially we've got to put our treatments together close so that the body doesn't just keep on reverting back. So we're not starting from step one every time we see you. That we've got to cluster these first treatments in to make a change in the body, and then we'll slowly start to expand the interval of treatment to a point where you're only being seen once a month for maintenance, and let them know that is the plan. Let them know that is what you're working towards. That you're not trying to lock them in just that they're coming in every week and paying you lots of money and paying your rent and making your bank manager happy. That you are working for them. It's their best interest at heart. It's not your business interest at heart. It's their business interest at heart that you're working towards. Make that very, very clear. Be empathetic and let them know. And the other thing that I did in my private practice is that if after a set amount of treatments I wasn't getting the results that I would expect under normal circumstances, I would refer them off to other health professionals, to a physiotherapist or to a doctor or something like that for more tests. We don't know. Sometimes things are happening under the surface, and there could be other health concerns that the client didn't know about. That's sort of getting in the way of the results. I wouldn't blindly just sort of hack away for 6 months without the client getting any outcome at all. I think that's silly. That's irresponsible. It's no good for you and your business, because you get a reputation of not being able to get results. It's no good for them because they are not getting the results. So if the client knows that at the end of the day, your heart's in the right place and you're working towards an outcome for them, then they're going to be more than happy to follow your guidance. And I said, and there's no nasty surprises, right? So I'll just go over those steps again. Your rebooking process starts before your client even books. It starts with your positioning. It starts with how you put your message out there. It starts with attracting the right client to you. It starts with attracting the client who is best going to benefit from your treatments and who you like to work with. Then the education starts before the first treatment even begins, by that conversation, by that intake interview, when you explain things to them and let them know that this is what it's going to be. And if it is going to be a treatment plan situation, that you are not going to just treat them once. And if they can't commit, then they're better off keeping their money in their pocket, because they're not going to get the results. Just be honest, right? Be honest. Don't be afraid to be honest. Like, if you know they're not going to get a result from one treatment, tell them you're not going to get a result from one treatment. So the choice is yours, right? And then the other thing too is, like, sometimes people say, I can't afford to come and see you every week. And in those situations, I work with them. I didn't discount my services, but what I did is I said, okay, well, look, I also have half-hour bookings and 45-minute bookings, and I think in your situation, we could probably get away with like a 45-minute booking instead of an hour booking, and cut the price down that way. So you are still in control. You're still maintaining your integrity. You're not becoming a charity, but you're also helping that person achieve those results. So that's the way to approach rebooking and retention. Okay, it's just by being open, honest, attracting the right people to you, to business. That means not making any crazy claims in your advertising, being open, honest, transparent, not scared of losing clients, because there's plenty to go around, and people will respect you so much more when you're open and honest and transparent. Okay, guys. So once again, any questions? So if you're catching us on the replay, please put hashtag replay. Thank you, Kirsty, for dropping by. Great to see you. Always great to see you around. Any questions whatsoever, please put them in the comments, and I'll be back again with another live with you shortly. And if you've got any specific questions at all, once again, put them in the comments, and I'll address those. I'll address those questions in future lives. And remember, the Business Insiders, the Business Success Insiders membership is now open, and that's a very, very affordable monthly membership where you get in-depth training and information on business strategies and marketing that actually works. Okay, do you ever think, I'm missing something here? I've been doing all this stuff, but I'm not getting where I need to go. I'm not getting the results I want. That's because probably the more important things, like the details, some of those details are being withheld. So I'm not going to withhold any details from you. You can come and join the membership and get some fresh training every month. You also get access to the Get Book Stay Book method. You get access to the local marketing secrets course. So you get access to additional courses, fresh monthly training, and also there's a VIP option there where you get onto a live coaching call with me. So I'll put the link to the Business Success Insiders group under this live. Would love to see you there. But until next time, you take care. And just remember, there is no myth or mystery around rebookings. I know there's a few people out there who charge a lot of money just on courses on how to get you to rebook. But I've just told you in 15 minutes. Works every time. Okay, guys, that's it. You take care, and I'll see you again soon. Hang on, Kirsty. May I ask, on mobile, so 30 mins don't really work. Any suggestions? Kirsty, just work with them. Yeah, definitely 30 minutes doesn't work in that scenario. You may be able to do something like a pack, so say a 5-pack or a 10-pack, where you do actually offer a small discount. So I used to sell packs, and I used to give away for a 10-pack they get a 10% discount, and for a 5-pack they get a 5% discount. You can play with those sorts of things, and we also know this is an interesting thing that we also know via research. Harvard did a research and study a number of years ago, and they found out that people who actually invest, like who actually buy packs or prepaid treatments, are more compliant because they've got more skin, because they made that commitment. They've got more skin in the game, and they're more likely to finish their treatment protocols. So that could be a way for you to approach it. Say, okay, well, look, if you buy 5 treatments up front, I can give you a discount of X. If you buy 10 treatments up front, X, a discount of Y. It's a good way to set them up onto. It's a good way to bring them into a treatment protocol, is by giving them those initial 5 treatments slightly discounted. But I'm not, as you know, I'm not a big fan of slashing prices, but sometimes to have somebody prepay five treatments in advance is better than having nothing, right? So in those situations, the money's in my bank account, they're confirmed, it's fine. And sometimes people don't always come back and use all their treatments anyway, regardless of how often you follow up with them. And there's usually a no refund policy. They buy them, that's it. Okay, so there we go. Enjoy, put this to work, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, guys, take care.